In case of Leonid Kogan, who of course was one of the greatest violinists of the second half of 20th century, definitely, I was in awe of being able to be next to him. I would say that his approach probably would be difficult for many students to stomach. He was not very wordy with his ideas. He would demonstrate a lot during his lessons, which was the most fascinating probably part of his teaching, and gave some very concise, very practical advice. There was never talk about lofty nature of music. We should imagine a rainbow here and so a murmur of a forest and things like that. He was a kind of teacher that you could learn from if you were able to. And you would listen, you would try to, inevitably, you would try to imitate. I think his recordings of romantic virtuoso music, as I say, non-pareil, really, I mean, they're as high as anything. I also was privileged to hear him on a number of occasions in a live performance. And I have to say it was a huge influence on my musical development at that time, and even now I still feel it. First of all, and first requirement, you might call it, is a technical execution, of course. A violinist should play with beautiful, varied, expressive, pure sound, unforced. His or her interpretation, vision of piece should be very clear. We look at things like phrasing, because the whole musical expressivity comes from that. Dynamic range, piano, forte, articulation. Each member of the jury, we have our own taste preferences, and that's why there are a lot of us. That's why there's not one or two or three people making decision, but 11 or 12, because it's our combined collective opinion that really counts. I would say that the general technical level en masse is so much higher. Today we have literally armies of young instrumentalists. In the past, general technical level was much lower, of course, but there were personalities which were like, each one of them was like Mount Everest in terms of their presence. Really, they presented certain world of their own vision, and they also influenced generations and generations of performers that came after them. In the past, you could, after two notes, say, oh, that's Oyster, and this is Heifetz, and this is Kogan.